Helen's healthcare can also be used by researchers and veterinarians in order to gain a better understanding of mysterious dolphins. In fact, every day that we spend with them reveals more information about their species as well as their individual personalities, which, believe it or not, are just as different as you and I. But most importantly, Helen and Hana remind us every day that we still have so much left to learn about species. Back to you, Vivian.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Now, as their name suggests, these animals are found in the Pacific Ocean. Their range goes from northern Mexico all the way up to Alaska and over to the islands of Japan. And yes, even here in British Columbia, you can be lucky enough to spot them. So I am curious, anyone ever seen a dolphin off our coastline before? Fantastic. It is an inspiring thing to see. But there are also people who want to know when you spot any cetaceans off our coastline. They're called the BC Cetacean Sightings Network, where if you log in your sightings to wildwhales.org, that actually gives us more information about the movement of these animals off our coastline, what you saw, when you saw them, where you saw them, and how many. Now there are about 23 different cetaceans that come and visit or live in BC, so how do you know how to identify them? Well, for dolphins, here are a few clues. One of which you're looking at is their coloration or their camouflage. Because as Hannah's showing, she's pale on the bottom, but both of the dolphins are darker on the top. This is called counter shading. It does allow them to blend into their aquatic environment and makes it a little bit harder to spot them at different angles, whether you're a predator or a prey. Another good indicator of the species is their size. Because when you look at Helen and Hana, you are seeing about 7.5 feet, 2.3 meters long dolphin, considerably larger than harbor porpoises, which are often mistaken for them off of our coastline. In fact, check out Jack and Daisy, the two harbor porpoises around the corner, to compare just how much larger these two are to them. And finally, the best way to tell what you're looking at is actually found on their backs. It's their dorsal fin. So if you've got a camera, I'm going to challenge you to try and get a photo of Helen and Hana's dorsal fin. Because if you look at Helen here, you'll notice that hers is much more of a sharper crescent shape. And Hana's is a little bit more like a softer, rounder triangle. And the amount of dark and light on their dorsal fins is different as well. In fact, not only is it a good way to tell whether you're looking at a dolphin or not, it's actually an excellent way to tell which individual you're looking at, because each dorsal fin is as unique as our fingerprints. Now it can be crazy exciting to see these animals out in the oceans, but if you're in Canada, there is such thing as getting too close. And in fact, should you spot any cetaceans off our coastline, you are asked to keep a distance of about 100 meters or 400 feet, roughly 10 times the length of this dog, away from those animals for your safety as well as the safety of these animals. If you're at all worried about being able to spot or identify a dolphin from so far away, you don't have to, because as we have seen, these are some of the most acrobatic animals out in the ocean. Absolutely! Not only that, they are also some of the most vocal ones as well. So you might actually be able to hear them, even if you don't see them. In fact, if you're lucky and you listen closely, you might be able to hear some of their vocalizations now. Let's give them a round of applause. That was fantastic. Now again, should you ever hear or see any of these dolphins or sounds out in the ocean, please log your sightings into wildwhales.org, because it actually adds to the information that scientists are gathering about these particular species. Unfortunately, one of the things that scientists are noticing nowadays is that dolphins are facing more and more dangers out in the ocean. And as we have seen and heard from Melissa, yes, fishing nets remain an issue. And here at the Vancouver Aquarium, if you look closely, you'll be able to see that Helen and Hana still do bear the scars of their entanglement. For Helen in particular, you'll notice that her front pectoral flippers are actually shorter than Hana's. And that's because of the damage she sustained during her time entangled in those nets. And though humans may remain their major danger out in the ocean, dolphins here are actually helping to protect their own species by participating in some groundbreaking research that could be done with dolphins out in the water. energy does it take to be a dolphin? Because as we see, they are incredibly hydrodynamic as well as acrobatic. They can reach speeds of about 35 kilometers per hour, about 23 miles per hour. And as we see, they can do some incredible leaps and jumps. So if you're going to swim that fast or jump that high, how much energy does it take to be a dolphin even at rest? In order to find out that answer, you have to ask the dolphins to do something. You had to hold still. Now, that can be a little bit challenging, especially if you yourself are raising a small mammal. You understand how difficult that can be. However, finally, in 2012, we were able to determine that they take about 15,000 calories to be a Pacific right-sided dolphin at rest. Never mind leaps and jumps. That's equating to them eating 68 salmon a day. You decided to add 50 cheeseburgers to your daily diet. Anyone up for that challenge? No, rightly not. That's not a good idea. Now, Helen and Hana remain here as ambassadors for their species, sharing their incredible story of rescue and survival. And here at the aquarium, we want to make sure that dolphins are something that you can enjoy not only here, but out in the ocean for many generations to come. And that's why every sighting, logged on to wildwhales.org, adds the information that we know about these animals and how to better conserve them. Because here at the Vancouver Aquarium, we're a non-profit organization dedicated to the conservation of all aquatic life. And you yourselves have helped today. Simply by coming to the aquarium, the dollars that you spend here go directly towards our pillars of conservation, research, and education. So it is on behalf of myself, the amazing trainers Paula and Melissa, and of course the Pacific white-sided dolphins, Helen and Hana, and myself, Vivian. I want to say thank you very much for joining us for the Dolphin Show today. And I wish you all a fantastic day at the Vancouver Aquarium. Thank you so much, ladies. Absolutely. I'm glad that you enjoyed this, but if you have any questions about anything that you've seen or heard, feel free to come and chat to me. I'm going to be located by the silver ramp after the programming. If you want to know what else is happening at the aquarium today, I will let you know. We are coming up to about 1 o'clock, which means if you head out to the ocean area, that's right at the entrance where you came in, there's going to be a citizen science program where we talk about how you can help with spotting dolphins on the oceans as well as other scientific programs. Again, my name is Vivian, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.